pull it out for the first time. Ah, beautiful habaki.
Wow.
One very significant difference is that the end is pointy. In a complete darkness, your sheath would function like a lighter. Minasan konnichiwa, and welcome to Let's Ask Shogo. It's me, Shogo, and I have my wife, Harumi, with me today.
Hi.
Alright. So guys, when you hear about a katana, you would usually imagine a samurai holding it and using it, right? But there are actually special katana called ninjato in Japanese, ninja swords that the ninja use too. Some of the ninja actually use the katana as well. But they're ninjato and these katana that the samurai use because the purpose were different, how they looked and how they used them were completely different as well. And about this topic, I once made a video, a different video talking about it, the difference between the samurai katana and the ninja swords. But that was me just, sitting in the corner of the room explaining everything with my words and stuff. But this time, I wanted to actually get a ninja sword for my first time. This is going to be my first time actually buying a ninja sword. So I wanted to actually show it right in front of you and compare the samurai katana and the ninja sword for you.
Wow.
So let me show you what it looks like. Yay! I changed the samurai katana into a ninja sword. Yay, magic.
Magic.
So guys, if you remember me and Kazu and Tomoko all going to the Ninja Dojo, the Ninja Dojo actually has an amazing online shop where you can buy the ninja related goods. Yep. So this time I actually bought a ninja sword on their online website. So you can actually buy this if you want to. Yep. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be opening this up and comparing the how it looks, the appearance between the samurai katana and the ninjato, and actually showing you how the ninja used to use the ninja sword. And also at the end of the video, I want to do a really interesting experiment, which is using the ninjato to try out doing Iaido Kata. So Iaido moves. Yeah. As you can see, it's definitely a lot shorter than a real katana that we use for our training in the martial art. And the shapes and everything are different. I don't know what's going to be happening, but I like to try and show you the results at the very end of the video as well. In this channel, you can take a closer look at Japanese traditional culture, tips on traveling to Kyoto, and social problems in Japan. So learners and lovers of Japanese language and culture, be sure to subscribe to enjoy more content. それでは早速上げてまいりましょう。
行きましょう。
Alright, so then let's start taking it out. I think I can just pick it up. Ooh. It's definitely really short.
Whoa.
There we go. Ah, this is the ninjato. Probably the same as the one that was sold at the shop in Ninja Dojo, and also the one that we used for the experience too, if you guys remember us doing the ninja sword experience at Ninja Dojo. Oh my gosh. This is actually not that cheap. Yeah, it does cost a little bit, so I think the details and everything are pretty well made. Oh, very nice. If I may, I'd like to pull it out for the first time. Ah, beautiful habaki.
Wow.
Yay!
Beautiful.
Awesome. And of course, by the way, guys, this is not a real katana. Yeah, it's not a real sword. It's just a replica one.
Wow.
But still, I
Shiny.
think it's very beautiful. Nice. Yeah, so again, guys, if you want to buy this too, you can go onto their online shop and do that too, just like me. And also, I think I can pull this to untie the Sageo. Okay. The Sageo is off. Perfect. Put this back into the kurikata. Yeah, this part of the saya. Okay, just lightly tied it so it doesn't fall off. Good, perfect. I opened it up. So then how about we immediately jump into comparing this ninja sword with the samurai katana then.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have both the samurai katana and the ninja sword on my sword rack here.
Wow.
Okay, so let's take a look at the differences. Yep. So one thing that's very obvious is if you take a look at it, their lengths are completely different. Yeah. So this is a nishaku sansun gobu length of a katana. So that's almost about the average length of a uchikatana during the Edo period. Yep. And the ninjato is this long. So I believe it's almost about the length of a wakizashi. So this actually is my wakizashi, by the way. Let me actually compare it. Okay. The ninjato, because it's straight, it's slightly longer. You know, and especially because the sheath is pointed, slightly longer, but it's really almost the same. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah. All right. So first of all, number one, the length is different. Yeah, very, very different. And number two, the tsuba are completely different.
Yeah.
Yes, if you can take a look at my swords here, my Iaido is just an example. This is actually a Musashi tsuba. It's called Musashi. So it's the same tsuba that Miyamoto Musashi's sword had. It's believed to be so. Yep. But you can see that the ninjato, the ninja sword tsuba, is completely square and matted.
Right.
So the samurai katana, it was an item to represent their authority during the Edo period, especially for the samurai. So the tsuba are very decorative. Yep, they had different shapes and different animals and different insects, for example, to wish for victory and prosperity for a family and things like that. But for the ninja, these katana were just simply one of the multiple tools that they used to use. Yep. So they didn't need to wish for prosperity or victory using their tsuba. So this is a very practical kind of tsuba. I'll be explaining to you later how they actually use this tsuba too. So number two, the tsuba are completely different. And number three, as you can see, the samurai katana is curved, but the ninja sword is completely straight. So a katana, or any sword actually, being straight and being curved has its advantages and disadvantages. So for a curved sword, like this katana here, the samurai swords, because it's curved, it's more effective when you swing and cut something. But for a straight sword like these ninja swords, it's easier to stab. Stabbing with a curved sword is a little bit more difficult, and swinging a straight sword is a little bit more difficult, okay? So it has both the good points and bad points, but for the ninja, obviously they were spies, right? So they wouldn't have that many occasions to swing around swords, you know? That would stand out too much, yep. So if they ever had to fight with these swords, they would have more occasions of stabbing with them, because that will have less movements, right? And you can, for example, attack through in between the walls, I don't know, for example, or through the floor and things like that too. So having a straight shape was more convenient for the ninja spies. So that's number three, curved and non-curved. And number four, the sheaths, the design and the colors. So as you can see, the sheath actually, one very significant difference is that the end is pointy.
Pointy.
That's right. There's actually a specific reason why the ninja sword's the end needs to be pointy like this. I'll show you guys and explain later on. But as you can see, the end of the samurai swords do not have to be pointy at all. As you can see, it's round. There's actually different shapes for this, but it's never ever pointy though, like the ninja swords. And because I personally like matted sheaths like these ones, but there are many different colorful, shiny types of sheaths for these samurai katana for these ones, as you can see in the pictures here. But the ninja swords, as you can see with this one too, and also including the tsuba, they are never shiny and colorful like the samurai katana. Again, because samurai katana were a symbol of the authority of samurai, sometimes they wanted really decorative ones, beautiful ones, you know, to represent their wealth and strength. But again, the ninja swords were a tool. Literally a tool for the spies to carry out their missions. So they don't want their swords to be shiny all over the place, right? Yeah. So that's the reason why their sheaths and the tsuba were basically always matted like this. So they don't reflect any light. That's the difference of the sheaths too, number four. And lastly, number five, I wanted to talk about the Sageo string. It was believed that if the ninjas used these samurai swords in the past, they believed that the Sageo strings would be really, really long for multiple purposes. If you remember on us going to the ninja dojo, we used it for the zasaguri no ho, trying to look for an enemy in the dark, for example, or swinging around the Sageo to capture enemies' swords and such. But unfortunately, I guess this is just a replica sword, so it only comes along with a very short Sageo, I think. Yeah, it needs probably this needs the length of a samurai katana Sageo length. Yep, which is probably twice the length of this one here. But of course, though, it's not a problem at all because if you want to, you can change your Sageo very easily. Yeah. So typically at least from what I've studied before, I believe that ninja swords had a really, really long Sageo. It's interesting that there's actually something called the Sageo Nanaho, which are the 7 techniques of using the Sageo for the ninja sword. The ninja actually use the Sageo for many, many purposes. Not just for fighting, but also for hiding, and capturing and stuff like that too. So those were the 5 differences. So now I would like to actually hold on to this ninja sword and show you some of the techniques that the ninjas actually did. And after that, again, I'll try out the Iaido Kata with this very, very short ninja sword. Let's move on to that. So then now I'd like to talk a little bit about how the ninja actually used these ninja swords. Number 1, these matted square tsuba. They can be used as step ladders. So you can actually lean the ninjato against the wall because it's completely square. It can lean cleanly against the wall, right? And then you hold on to the very long, supposed to be long Sageo, and you step on the tsuba and you climb over high walls. And then once you get to the top, you pull the Sageo and you get your sword back. So it was actually a tool for invading someone's territory or house or mansion too. Which is, again, something that you would absolutely not do with samurai swords. Again, for the samurai swords were a symbol of authority for the samurais. They would definitely not do it. They were called the soul of the samurai, right? It would be completely inappropriate to step on your tsuba for samurai swords. But for ninja katana, they were just one of the tools to survive. So that was possible. Stepping on tsuba as a ladder. And then number 2 and number 3, actually the end of the sheaths, this one, Harumi and I were trying it out, but it seems it doesn't come off. But originally the ninja swords, the end of the sheaths are supposed to come off, and then this end can be used as a small tool container. You could put like medicines in it, and the ninjas always carried medicine with them because sometimes they need to hide inside mountains for a long time or things like that. If they get sick, they won't be able to continue carrying out their missions. So sometimes they kept small things inside here. And once you take this off, the sheath can actually be used for multiple purposes too. For example, some people say it could be used as a snorkel, like hide inside the water. Use it as a snorkel. Otherwise, you can put it against the wall to hear what the other people on the other side are talking about. So that is number 2 and number 3. Using it as a snorkel and listening to other people's talking, stealing information. And then number 4, again, if the Sageo was the proper length of the ninja sword, there was actually a lot of different ways of using this too. For example, there's something called the zasaguri no ho, which is a technique that you can use when you fight in the dark. So you put the sheath on the edge of your katana. You hold it on the edge like this, and then you put the Sageo in your mouth, but you'll be able to have an extended sword like this, right? And then in a complete darkness, your sheath would function like a radar like this. And then when the end of your sheath hits something, that's your enemy, right? So you pull out the sword and you stab immediately. So this is called zasaguri no ho, to fight in the dark. Otherwise, they actually use the Sageo as a weapon too. They actually swinged it around like this, and then you would wrap the Sageo around the sword, to capture an enemy's weapon and steal it from him. So the long Sageo can actually use as a weapon to swinging around and wrapping and capturing the enemy's weapon. So the Sageo was really, really useful too. And again, it was called Sageo Nanaho. So there was actually a lot more different techniques you can use the Sageo for. Simple string, but it's really, really useful.
So everything is useful
Exactly. You can do so many things with just this one item. But that is not just the ninja sword though. A lot of the items that the ninja carried around with them were used for multiple reasons. Because they tried their best not to carry around too many things at once. So one item should function as for many different purposes. Yeah, and ninja sword was also for that too.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting, yeah. Okay, so I tried out the kata with the ninja toe I have here, the ninja sword. Harumi said she was having a hard time trying not to laugh. Well, very, very obviously, number one, it's very short. So when you swing it, it looks and feels completely different from a samurai katana. Exactly. It's so short, it can't reach that much. And of course, because tsuka, the handle is really short too. The swords you need to swing with your left hand, but your left hand can't even hold on to it properly because it's too short. Again, it's more for stabbing, right? So it's not meant for using with two hands at once. It's really difficult for you to use it with two hands. You could do it, but it's much more difficult than the samurai katana. And number two, again, it's more for stabbing, right? So when you swing it, you can't hear the sound of the swing at all.
Right.
Exactly. So it's definitely not meant for swinging. You can, from the sound too, you can hear how less effective this is for swinging. And number three, for me personally, because it's completely straight with no curves, while I was doing the kata, I didn't know which way it was facing. Right? I didn't know if it was facing this way or this way. I was a little bit worried. Of course, because I'm not like completely letting go of my hands, I know it should be the right way to sheath it, yeah. But because it's straight, I was like, wait, am I holding on to the katana the right way? Yeah, I was like looking at my katana actually and seeing, oh yeah, it is the right way, and then sheathing it later. Yeah, so with the samurai katana, because it's curved, you can obviously understand that you have your katana in the right direction. But with the ninja sword, you couldn't do that. So that was really interesting. But for the fourth kata, doing the stab, it felt really good. The straight movement was perfect for it actually. So I could do it through the kata, I could completely understand that this was meant for stabbing and not for swinging. Yeah, it's way too short. And the straightness is definitely not effective for the swing. But it was a really interesting experience for me. Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
How was that tsuba?
The tsuba? This, you mean? It was actually, I didn't even notice that it was special. Yeah, because it's a complete square. It's actually really stable for me to do the drawing and sheathing, so this was actually pretty good.
It's even better.
But the thing is, because it's a complete square, it is heavy though.
Oh, really?
It is really heavy, yeah. Like my other Iaido is Musashi, right? Yes. The holes that are in the tsuba are called sukashi, yeah. Because that has a lot of holes in it, it's much lighter. This feels really heavy near the handle, yeah. So that, it feels a little bit hard to handle, but still again, the sword itself is really short. So it doesn't bother me that much. And in terms of handling it, in drawing and sheathing, this was actually pretty good. That was pretty useful. Yep. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any other questions about the ninja swords, or if you have any requests for me that things that I can do with the ninja swords, it'd be great if you could let me know in the comments. This is my, again, first time buying a ninja sword, so I really don't know too much about how to handle it properly. So if you know more about the ninja sword, please let me know in the comments for any requests and ideas for videos. And our goal is to achieve 1 million subscribers by January 2023, so your help would mean a lot. I will see you in our next video when we talk more about swords and katana.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.